بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مشاهدينا الكرام، متابعينا في كل مكان، أسعد الله أوقاتكم بكل خير. نلتقي معكم من جديد مع سباقات ووش. Welcome everyone with the Friday Men Challenge. The Friday Club Race. We're starting right now with 7 segments today. We have 45 kilometers ago. Last week it was 7 segments without long mountings climbing. So now today we have 1,305 meters above the sea level. So it will be the last part of the day. So hard one. The 7 segments, the short segments, starting with 1K. It's 1K, starting with a jungle sprint, starting with a 3K. Then we have the jungle sprint number 2, the countryside sprint number 3 at 9. Then segment number 4 and number 5. The 2 segments is 10K, 2 endurance segments on the way. So the teams today, get ready everyone here. We have the start line, UAE Clan Team 1, Mr. X100, Ahmed Al-Taneji, Pablo Popovic, Hassan Al-Rumethi. UAE Clan Team 2, we have Rinosh, Fadl Amin, Zaid Hamdan, Abdullah Qaisiya, Ahmed A. Draft team with Bruce Baird and Saeed Safarzada and Ryan Guliano. Welcome back, Ryan Guliano. We have Danish Pavlova team, that Michael Kennetson, Ollie Jones, Michael Vink. Colnago CM team from Colombia. We have Julio Origo with Marvin Angrita, Juan Moreno. Team NZ, Mitch Ferry from Australia, Philip Graves, and Juan David Vargas. The individual rider today lining up, we have Rakad Adib, Basha, and Nasser Al Khalifa with William Paulschmier from Germany. So we start right now with very hard start. It's very aggressive one here with Mitch Ferry taking lead. We are standing in the jungle side right now. That's Mitch Ferry taking the lead now with very high intensity. It's more than 373 watts. We're crossing this jungle. The first 3K, we have the segment number 1. All the riders there. Juan David Vargas preparing himself to be in this group. So large a group right now. It's moving here. That's Juan David Vargas side by side with Mitch Ferry. 3 riders now from draft team with Team NZ. Mitch Ferry is number 1 now. Philip Graves is coming from England with William Pochmiller from Germany, the man who won 2 titles last week. It's again now with Rakad Adib from United Arab Emirates with Juan Moreno. So Bruce Baird from Canada. We have Julio Origo from Colombia. That both riders now from Colombia, they are starting to be there. The first segments. Mr. X100, he just came from the tail of the group. He is just joining the group right now. The mid of group right now is 4 riders. 4 riders from Colombia. Now we have 2 from England, and from Australia and New Zealand, Ollie Jones. That Ollie Jones again here. That Kennetson with Rakad Adib. 2 riders from United Arab Emirates. Rakad Adib and Mr. X100. Mr. X100 is there. It's moving now. That Rakad Adib taking the lead in front. It's more than 325 watts. So still moving. It's counting down. Now it's 1,500 meters done and it's covered by Group 1. So it's almost done. Pablo Popovic joining the group. Great job now from Pablo Popovic from UAE Clan Team 1. The 3 riders now, that third elements of this group, UAE Clan Team 1. Starting again, Mr. X100. His acceleration is 4.1. So his velocity, his leg velocity now is 67. It's low velocity. So now that's Mr. X100 again. The middle of this group, we are moving now to the last K to start the segment number 1. Who's going to take it? That segment number 1 now, the jungle sprint, is very hard section. Let's go. Let's go. We are moving right now. the first segment of the day that Pablo Popovich, 3 riders still from United Arab Emirates, Mr. X100 and his teammate Pablo Popovich with them. Keep going, keep going. We are moving now. Vink there. Vink and Kennedson were the winner last week. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. That's Mr. X100 now taking the lead in front with very high intensity, 4.5. 4.5. Julio Origo, he just dropped right now here behind. You need more effort. Go, 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 go. That Julio Origo now is behind. He just dropped. So Mr. X100 that tail the group. It's 500 meters counting down. It is now, it's about 10 riders here on accounts on group 1. So now Ricardo Deep from United Arab Emirates. Julio Origo right now in a 15th position. So that means 14 riders in front in a group 1. So large groups. They are moving now to the segment number 1. It's counting down. It's only 100 meters to start. The jungle sprint number 1. Let's go. In segment number 1, it's between now 4 riders here. That Pablo Popovich, Philip Graves. The speed is rising. So now it's 268, 53 and 54 kilometers an hour with 84 to 85 velocity with Mitch Ferry. Mitch Ferry, that's man from Australia. He just came back now today with very high intensity. And there is someone now behind his wheel. It's from Colombia. Juan David Vargas moving to more than 4.7. Ricardo Deep, he came from behind, 4.3. Saeed Safarzada from Iran. He's showing great job now. So he's just moving here. So it's counting down. It's 400 meters. It's shortly now 250. 250. Starting now. Those are now. There's someone opening sprints. That's in front of Mitch Ferry and Juan Moreno with Ricardo Deep. Ricardo Deep taking the lead now in front at very high speed. Look at this. It's Ricardo Deep side by side with Posh Miller. Posh Miller and Ricardo Deep. He just won that first segments of the day. Ricardo Deep, very high intensity. It's 1 minute and 13 second, 0.382. And Bruce Baird, he just came now in the second position, draft team, by 1 second behind. Ollie Jones, third position. Philip Graves from England, Team NZ, fourth. Saeed Safarzada from Iran, fifth. Mitch Ferry, sixth. William Posh Miller, seventh position. Mr. X100, UAE Clan Team 1, 8 with a top 10. Still Moreno's there in 9th position. Kennedson in the 10th position. So now we're moving to segment number 2. Still we are in the jungle section. The first part of the day is 85. The maximum elevation in this position is 85 meters above the sea level. So let's go now, moving to the next. It's number 2, jungle sprint number 2 now, and it's starting in at 6K. So 1200 meters to start. So get ready, everyone, and keep breathing. Great job, Mr. X100. He's just preparing himself now. Behind the wheels, Kennedson there with 2.7. We are moving now. We are still by 49 meters above the sea level. It's very high intensity with everyone here. Philip Graves from England and still Julio Origo from Colombia. That Colnago CM team. So he just drove and he's behind and he's losing time. It's about 1 minute. It's 1 minute and 48 seconds behind. Go, Julio Origo. You need more effort. At least you can push more effort right now about the segment number 2. You can do it. The last week, if you are dropped behind, and you just speed and you build your speed in that segment, maybe you can do it even you are behind. So it depends on your work. So now it's 400 watts in front with Saeed Safarzada And is counting down the segment number 3, about 250 meters. Juan David Vargas again, he will try again and again. That's what happens every time with Juan David Vargas. Go, my friend. Keep going, Colombiano. So, Juan David Vargas, he's planning to win segment number 2. Juan David Vargas, he is moving right now. He's standing on his saddle. Everyone is standing on saddle now. It's moving, starting the sprint number 2, the segment number 2, the jungle waiting for you. So now here again, that Vink is showing with Kinnison, Mr. Alexander, the tail of the group. He's just pushing right now, 500. A great job. It's a great job and good condition, and very good condition indeed. With his heart rate, the maximum heart rate is still now. He's just reaching now the 3 short point. The 3 short points with Mr. Alexander right now. So he's just moving and increasing his speed, and his speed now more than 51 kilometers an hour. He's coming from behind, and be careful, everyone. Mr. Alexander, he's just coming right now to win these segments. So now we are about the segment number 2. Everyone here, get ready of this. It's for 1K. It's starting right now, and it's only 500 meters. It's 500. It's counting now. It's 400 meters now. It is great job from Bruce. Bruce Beard, he's moving. Bruce Beard is moving right now here. 300, 250, 250 to the checkpoints. The checkpoints in front of you guys. So now that Julio Origo is just about to start the jungle sprint number 2. And Bruce Beard taking the lead and break away with Ricardo Deeb again. So the winner of title number 1 with the green title, he's there. Here you go. He's just crossing line now. Ricardo Deeb. Ricardo Deeb from United Arab Emirates, the second title of the day, and Mr. X100 behind him, the green jersey from UAE. So the Emirati rider, Mr. X100, he just did it right now with very high intensity indeed. We tell you that. We told you that you can do it. Exactly that Mr. X100 is showing now with his green jersey. So the best time with Mr. X100, United Arab Emirates rider. So now it's 1 minute and 23 seconds, 0.143. Ricardo Deeb, he just came in second position. What a performance. So Bruce Beard now is third with Mervin. Mervin, the first time. Mervin moving to the 4th position right now, and Oli Jones in the 5th, Pablo Popovic 6th, Vink, he's just trying again, but Philip Graves in the 8th, Vink 9, Mitch Ferry 10. It was big move. It's big move and very huge step for Mr. X100 right now. So keep it like that and keep going. So now we just crossing the first part of the day, the jungle part. Right now here in this position is Pablo Popovic. He's just moving out, and there's Bruce Beard and Philip Graves there. No breakaway until this moment. It's so large a group. Everyone now behind side by side, and Julio Origo about to finish the jungle sprint number 2. The checkpoints is here. It's not helping. Where's your position, Julio? Still the winner, Mr. X100. So congratulations. The UAE riders now is leading the second sprint of the day. So we are moving now to a segment number 3. We'll be starting in 9K. So that means 500 meters. There is no time to recover. That William Poschmiller, the last man standing from Colombia now here, Juan David Vargas. It is not the last chance, but it is one more chance left. Now Ricardo Deeb, he's behind, repairing himself. He needs more watts to win the 3rd title. 2 titles for United Arab Emirates riders. The 3rd titles now seems to me to Poschmiller from Germany. The German riders, everyone is standing now, preparing for this. It's very high intensity. Now it's 424. Everyone moving to segment number 3 start. Let's go. So with William Poschmiller taking the lead in front. Philip Graves is coming from England. So now the German riders. Juan David Vargas. That is the man. He's just coming now again. He's looking for this chance. He's Now in the second position, taking the first position. Bravo. Mr. X100 is coming back. He's coming back for segment number 3 again. Mr. X100 behind Vargas. Behind Vargas again, leading by the United Arab Emirates now. Mr. X100 with his green jersey. He just moving. Oh, Mitch Ferry and Juan David Vargas. They are coming now. It's big challenge. It's big challenge in this sprint. But still Mr. X100 taking his lead. He's going, whoa, he's working out of this. So he's under pressure. Big pressures coming from this man. The Colombian's rider now, Juan David Vargas. It's big chance for you, Mr. Alexander. One more title. Juan David Vargas is there. So he is showing now. He is pushing, reaching the 400 watts. And it's still 365 for the Mr. Alexander. The checkpoints in front of us now, crossing the lines. Ollie Jones is coming from behind, but it's still Ricardo Deeb moving out, moving and crossing his. So now Ricardo Deeb again the second title of this man, Ricardo Deeb from United Arab Emirates. Ollie Jones in the last minute, he was there with Bruce Baird. Mr. X100 in the fourth position is very grateful. So now here, that Vink in the 5th position with Philip Graves. So don't lose that opportunity. And now is this position, Ricardo Deeb is moving with Ollie Jones and Bruce, and it's still the group, but it's still the group in one. There's no split. Ricardo Deeb, he just retained himself back at the group now in the tail of this. That Marvin Angrita, he just dropped behind. Julio Origo with 300 watt. He's crossing the sprint number 3 checkpoints line. So there's no way. 2 titles until this moment. The United Arab Emirates, they just dominate the titles until this time of the race. So we are moving now. The 10K has been covered by Group 1. Juan David Vargas taking the lead again. Mitch Ferry with William Poch Miller. Saeed Safarzadeh from Iran. He will try to do it again. But there is the last part of this race. Is going to be the very high intensity and very high summit. The summit is going to be 1,300 meters above the sea level. It's not to be easily. So now here, again, with Saeed Safarzadeh, the group, I can see now everyone standing on the saddle. They are pushing and pulling right now. It's 360. The average until this moment of watts, it's about 300 something. It is Saeed Safarzadeh now taking the lead in front. And we are waiting for the segment number 4. So the segment number 4 is going to be the countryside sprints. It's starting within 500 meters. Get ready, everyone, in this. This will be very high. It's 10,000 UAE dirhams for the winner, and 8,000 dirham for the second, 6,000 dirham for the third, fourth, 4,000, and the fifth, 2,000 dirhams for the winners. The team's result is 3,000, and the second position, 2,000, the third position, 1,000 dirhams. So Team NZ, they are looking for the team result beside UAE team. Now that Mr. X100 preparing himself to the segment number 4, the countryside challenge. Segment number 4, we're just starting. It's going to be only one short sprint left. That's segment number 5. Mr. X100 in good condition. He just won 1 title. Segment number 2 winner. Ricardo Deeb in the tail, but he looked great. He is pushing more. He is pushing more than other, and he is moving more harder than other. That's Ricardo Deeb now with his green title. Let's go. 2 titles with Ricardo Deeb. He's just coming now at 5.7. So the highest watt per kilogram by weight with Ricardo Deeb. Right now, he's moving. And Mr. X100 is in front now. He's attacking. His big attack now with Ricardo Deeb. He's just crossing and overtaking everyone in the Group 1. Here's Ricardo again. And still Philip Graves is coming. Ricardo Deeb and Bruce. There are checkpoints in front of you. That Bruce is trying. Rakab taking the lead now. Mr. Alexander is coming. Rakab he will dominate now. The sprint number 4 segments here. It's for you. It's for you. Rakab that 100%, this man, he will take it. Rakav or who? There's someone else. Oh my goodness. He just make it right now from Canada. The man from Canada. He just win it. It's side by side. So close. Bruce Baird and Rakav Deeb, the first and second position. Congratulations, the man from Canada, Bruce Baird, the winner, segment number 4. Juan David Vargas finally in the third position. Pablo Popovich fourth, and Juan Moreno 5, Saisa Verzada 6, Kennethson 7, Vinken 8, Ollie Jones 9, Philip Graves 10, and Mr. X100 just repairing himself. Everyone, I don't know the plan is what the plan and the strategic of this race today. We have the last part will be starting at 31k.6. It's going to be it's very high mountains indeed, and the first time we are reaching now 1,300 meters above the sea level. So let's go and let's move to the segment, the last short segment, segment number 5, the countryside. It is starting within 900 meters. It's 500 meters. So now everyone repairing. Get ready. Stay tight on a bike. The speed is rising to 51. Speed is rising. 51. The Pablo Popovich now. The two riders from United Arab Emirates with the greens. Joining them, Bruce Baird from Canada. 2 titles for Rakad Deeb and 1 title Mr. X100 and 1 title for Bruce Baird. That's short sprint for 1K. So now the last 5 segments for 1K is going to be right now. Who's going to take it? Posh Miller taking the lead with 4.1. Philip Graves taking the lead. Again, Juan David Vargas. Juan David Vargas, the Colombian now, he's trying. This man from Colombia, he is going to take this. Juan David Vargas, Colombiano with Mitch Ferry. Mitch Ferry, the two riders now here, they're trying here. So Mitch Ferry is just trying. Mitch Ferry and Philip Graves. So Mitch Ferry and Philip Graves, Juan David Vargas, the 3 riders and same team. Team NZ. Team NZ. That Team NZ from New Zealand. Philip Graves from England. Mitch Ferry from Australia. Juan David Vargas from Colombia. And we miss Tim Cutler, the man who established this team. So waiting for you, Tim Cutler. That Mitch Ferry now is going. And big move from Rakava Deep. This man, he will not make it easily for anyone in this group. Let's go. Here we go. He's crossing the line. That's Rakava Deep, but it's still Rakav. Oh, he just took the blue jersey with Rakava Deep. 3 titles. The hat-trick. It is for United Arab Emirates rider Rakava Deep. مبروك يا ركاض. مبروك يا ركاض ذيب. أداء مذهل اليوم. 3 سبرنتات على مستوى عالي وقوة كبيرة ومعدل كبير فوق 460 واط. برافو 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 ركاض، وبرافو مستر X100 اللي بالمركز الثاني. المركز الثاني مستر X100. What a surprise, Mr. X100 today from UAE Clan Team 1. He was fighting for this title, the last segments, the last short segments for 1K. So now we are moving for the endurance one. The endurance one starting in 19K. So we have more than 2,800 meters. Then we'll start the countryside challenge for 10K. It's endurance one. That's Mr. X100. We start climbing right now. So this area is mountains area is 166 meters above the sea level. So we are moving right now here at countryside, and everyone now moving. The speed is so high, it's 63 kilometers an hour, and Kennethson starting to be showing up. Here you go. That's Saeed Safarzada from Iran, the man who was in Tokyo 2020. He was joining his national team of Iran in Olympic Games and the cycling discipline. He just showing right now here in this group, and he will try to win the segment number 6. Segment number 6 is for countryside challenge. Right now, it is about 1800 meters to start this. Now it is about 800 meters. 800 meters, counting down to start segment number 6. So everyone now repeating that Juan David Vargas, this man, he's strong in sprint and the short distance. So right now, this discipline is different a little bit. It's 10K, so you need to breathe to make the adjustment of what right now. You keep your power adjustment and you have to do it as average. So what the plan? What is your strategic right now? Everyone, he have to be ready. So now 400 meters. It's already at 18 kilometers covered and very high speed average. Very high speed average. It's above 44 kilometers an hour. 44 kilometers an hour. So now we are moving at 25 minutes. So Juan David Vargas, first time indeed, he looks now ready for the endurance segments. So what a surprise. He just changed his plan. Oh, he's just moving, Juan David Vargas. I have no idea if he can take that all the consequences. Okay, go, 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 Vargas, go. You're just doing great. I hope you can keep it until the end. So, and you can handle all the consequences with you. Go, Juan David Vargas. You are doing great. Oh, so grave of you. So grave of you. Keep going, push and pull. Whoa! Great, 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 great. Keep going. So still is long, it's long way to the checkpoints line. That's a color thief. Now he's coming from behind. He will try to be there in his blue jersey, side by side with Juan David Vargas, and in drafting situation. That's a cover thief. He is pushing now. Oh, so there's small gap right now here. I can see Mr. X100 tail of the group. Don't lose the wheels, Mr. X100. Stay with them. Push, 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 push. Don't lose them. Don't lose them. That space is not enough to recover. You just keep going and push a little bit. So now you are reaching for, yes, exactly. Yes, that's what you need. That's what you need. Now 571. So just stay there. And now you are in good condition. So you are moving right now to the 4 position right now with the 4 riders in front. Ricardo the bleeding, Juan David Vargas, Kennethson. He just came back to be there. So now Mr. X100 is coming from behind. He's just pushing 400 and keep the average. Keep the average and keep breathing and keep cooling as well. That Mitch Fair is there. Ollie Jones, Philip Graves, Juan David Vargas, Bruce Baird with 1 title, Ricardo Deep with 3 titles, Mr. X100 1 title, and still the other waiting for this huge effort titles is endurance sprints for 10K segment number 6. We are climbing a little bit up. It's 216 meters above the sea level. That William Posch Miller from Germany. This man, he just starting now to go, and this big attack in front. His big attack in front from Michael Vink from New Zealand. Michael Vink from New Zealand and Philip Graves from England. The both riders now taking the lead. So now Vink and Philip Graves coming from England. This man, Philip Graves, he's just showing again to be there. Oh, the group is split twice here, and 2 teams are divided in 2. So now that Mr. X100 now, he's just taking the lead in front with very high intensity, but still the part of this race and this action, that 100%, the speed will be reducing in this part. So now look at the speed now, 36, it will be reaching now 30, 29, that 100% will be 29. Now it's 29, yes, it's 29 now. It's very hard, but still they are fighting, it's big fight. Look at that battle's front. So Mr. X100 now, he will try. It's 28. Ricardo Deeb is still fighting, and he's making as a breakaway with a small gap. With a small gap now. Who's behind him now? Allah عليك يا ركاب. الله يا مذهل. الله عليك يا مرعب. يا سلام يا سلام يا سلام. خل بالك خل بالك خل بالك في اتاك قوي طالع من سعيد صبر زاد الآن. وفيليب جريفز معاه. هذه المنطقة هي الأصعب على الإطلاق. الآن راح نصل إلى 300 متر عن سطح البحر في هذه المنطقة الصعبة. بروس بيحاول، خلوا بالكم الآن الوضع أصبح في منتصف الصعود بالنسبة لهذه المنطقة اللي مخصص لها 362 متر عن سطح البحر. إذن الآن هذا أصعب مكان. السرعة راح تنزل. كم وصلت الآن 30، 32، وصلت إلى 28. الآن عليكم الآن الرجوع والعودة مرة أخرى واللحاق بالكوكبة. Let's go everyone now to be again in group 1. You need more effort. It's more effort. It's very high effort you need in this moment. That Mr. X100, after that bridge, you will be in good condition. We are staying there. Bravo. Oh, bravo. So stay in the wheels. We're 22.4. That Ricardo Deeb in great condition today, repairing well in this week, is very detective. Everyone here. So is Juan David Vargas, this man from Colombia. This man, he was with level 1 racing. So now he's just coming from level 2 and racing with level 1 during 3 months back, since when he started this last year. He started with level 2, but now with very high intensity, with very detective programs with Whoosh. He looked great. He's just coming and he's pushing now 340 with very high heart rate, the maximum heart rate, and he is now moving in a red zone with 173 heart rate, 172, moving above the threshold points, and he's still fighting and going. I can feel that everyone, there's someone now behind, and it's really that exhausting. Go, 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 push, 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 push. That's Mr. X100 again. He's here. That's Ricardo Deeb. هانت يا مستر X100. ما تمشي خلاص. الآن وصلنا إلى 5 كيلو تقريبا. 5 كيلو مترات، بعد 700 متر تنتصف المسافة. المكان الآن ممكن مريح شوي. خذ نفس الآن. هذا وقت النفس الآن. السرعة الآن ممتازة. السرعة الآن 47، ما بين 47 إلى 50. هذه منطقة نزول شوي، ممكن تاخذ فيها راحة. 366 خلاص وصلنا ل 362. الآن بنبدأ ننزل شوي، وبعدين الارتفاع الثاني أهم شيء. أما الآن عليك أنك تنتبه، ما تخليهم ياخذون القاب. خليك على الأقل موجود معاهم. الأفرج الواط الآن مخلينك في المركز السادس. افرج الواط مخلينك في المركز السادس. خل بالك مستر اكسندرت، انت في المركز السادس، راح تتقدم الان. برافو برافو برافو، مكانك ممتاز الان، مكانك ممتاز. برافو برافو. ركاض الذيب لحد الان هو الافضل بالمناسبه. ركاض، تسمعني الان؟ انت الافضل لحد الان، انت الافضل لحد الان. راح تكون اول بارت خلصنا منه، انتوا ولا احسن الاثنين؟ خلوا بالكم. بروس ومعاكم ايضا فيليب جريفز موجود معاكم. So now the first part of the 10K, the 5K is done and covered. And the best time until this moment with Rakad Deep from United Arab Emirates. Philip Graves is there in this section. Juan David Vargas with very high intensity. He will try, but he just lost that time again. So now he lost the group. He is behind now about 300 meters. Keep going, Juan David Vargas. I know that with the time when you started, it's not easy to continue until the end. But keep going. It was so brave of you to start this and keep your challenge away and keep going. ركاض الذيب Pablo Popovich 3.9, Mr. Alexander 3.9, Bruce Baird 3.3. Pablo increasing his speed and increasing his watt. It's 4.5 W per kilogram by weight with Pablo Popovich, which is good now. Until this moment, so far, so good for everyone, but still Rakad the bleeding. Still Rakad the bleeding with 4.8. الله عليك يا ركاض. بس خل بالك كينيتسون يستعد. ترى انا اشوف كينيتسون وضعه جيد ترى بالمناسبه. كينيتسون وفيليب جريفز وبروس، حتى بروس دخله قويه. مستر اكس 100 اضبط النفس. الله عليك، ما احلاك. برافو مستر اكس 100. برافو ممتاز. ولكن الان خل بالك من البارت القادم، في صعود شوي. ممتاز. خليك على التنفس. الواط ممتاز. حتى هم منزلين، ما عليك، حتى هم منزلين. خلوا بالكم من الألماني. الألماني بدأ يضغط. ما أحلاكم. يلا يا شباب الإمارات، يلا يا شباب الإمارات، يلا ها وقته الحين يا بروس. طلع تحرك، قلنا لكم بروس يتحرك. طلع بروس اتحرك الآن. يلا يا شباب الإمارات، اتحرك يا ركاضي. يلا يا مستر اكس 100. Right now we start the last part in this. It's 10K, is so hard one. It will be starting in this point. So now Bruce Baird in good condition, and with Philip Graves he just moving and must. Oh, bravo ركاض. برافو مستر اكس 100. الله يعطيك العافيه. هذا هو الوقت. Go. Keep going. That Mr. X 100 now. It is your time. Yes, exactly. الله عليك، ما احلاك. يلا يا شباب الامارات. يلا يا شباب، يلا. هذا هو الوقت الحين. اصعب مكان تراجعوا. اوه يا ركاض، 7.7 يا ركاض. الله، look at this. ركاض الذيب, he's just flying on this part. So ركاض الذيب from United Arab Emirates with Mr. X100, they just flying now 6.1 with Mr. X100. The UAE clan team 1, everyone fighting. برافو عليكم يا شباب، والله سويتوها. بس تقدمتوا الان الاول والثاني الان. يلا يا شباب. يلا الله وياكم. لا تتراجع الحين، خلاص. ما ضل شيء. 2 كيلو، اقل من 2 كيلو. يلا هذا مستر اكس 100. يلا يا بطل. يلا يا ركاض بتسويها ركاض. خدت الصداره مره ثانيه. خدتها. برافو. الان انت افضل واحد. 5.1 اقرب واحد لك. انت وصلت 6.8. جو. لكن مستر اكس 100 جايينك ترى. خل بالك. مستر اكس 100 جاي من الخلف بقوه ويدفع يدفع يدفع. الله عليك يا مستر اكس 100، ادفع وخذ نفس، ادفع وخذ نفس. برافو 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 مستر اكس 100. Now in this position, so now it's counting down. It's 2 kilometers, 1900 meters exactly to the checkpoint line in the segment number 6. The endurance segments waiting for you, Mr. X100 and Rakaba Deep. But Bruce Baird there around with Kennison, and there is Philip Graves. 3 riders now, with 2 riders from UA, from England, and from Canada. That Bruce, yes, exactly, he's showing now. Be careful about him. He's in good condition now. He's moving to the 5.7 and reaching 370 watts. We are moving in this section, so keep going, keep going. We are taking right, and this right will be the heart rate beat so high because of the climb is 444. So look at here, it is that fan generates fan. It's there, it is in front of you, so it is windy. Plus you are going up and climbing in this section. We just started the climb, we are counting down to go up. So now it's 443 and it's 1k exactly the checkpoints, and everyone now riding together in group 1. So it's big chance for you, Rakad Deep and Mr. X100. So everyone now they are equal indeed. So now that Philip Graves is taking the lead, so with the pitch Ferry is starting again here, and with Bruce Baird. Bruce Baird, he look great. There is maybe someone will be in this with big surprise. It is Bruce. Bruce, he look great. That is Bruce now. Bruce and William Bosch Miller, but still by 4.4. And it's about this is counting down the sprint. Rakaba Deep, he's opening his sprint now. Finally, he just opening now. We are going moving 400 meters the checkpoints, and big sprint now coming behind from Bruce. We told you that Bruce is coming now. لا قلنا لكم خلوا بالكم من بروس قادم بقوه. هذا بروس الان في منافسه على فكره بينه وبين ركاض لا تخليه يوصل كذا، وصلت ربي ياخذ التايتل. هذا بروس. Now Bruce is starting now to go, and is opening is 8.8. What a performance, what a performance from this man, the United Arab Emirates, the warrior from desert, Mr. X100. He's coming now, Mr. X100. Oh, Rakad, the endurance title for Rakad الذيب. ركاض الذيب from United Arab Emirates. سويتوها يا شباب، سويتوها يا شباب، مبروك. Congratulations and well done. ركاض الذيب from United Arab Emirates, he just won the endurance one, and Bruce, he was in between 2 United Arab Emirates riders. So one Rakad الذيب in the number 1, and number 2 Bruce, number 3 Mr. X100. Congratulations Mr. X100. And Philip Graves fourth, and think he was fifth. خبرناكم قلنا لكم بروس يا جماعه، بروس هو اللي كان قادر، لكن والله سويتوها يا مستر اكسلنت. والله برافو 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 عليكم، برافو برافو برافو. اداء مذهل، اداء مذهل، حسبتوها صح. لكن الاول والثالث برافو يا شباب، برافو يا شباب. يلا الان خذ بريث، خذ بريث، خذ بريث، خذ تنفس شوي. داخلين الى المنطقه الجبليه الان، والبارت الاخير خلوا بالكم هذا اصعب شيء. So the segment now number 7. So we are going the king of mountains. The king of mountains for 10 kilometers. It's about something else. So the last part will be very hard one. It was great race today until this moment, and very high intensity indeed. So right now, I hope everyone now preparing for the last part. 14 kilometers to the finish line. We are crossing now this section and moving to the last part. The king of mountain, starting in 32. 600 meters, then we'll start that. So brave of you, Juan David Vargas. So proud of you, Colombians. Keep going, my friend. Keep going. You are doing great. You are shining here in this race. So Juan David Vargas from Colombia. This man, he will not regret and he will keep himself there, always there. And he's only the one from Colombia now fighting until the end on his yellow Colnago bike. The yellow Colnago bike, the winner of Tour de France twice. 2020, 2021 Tour de France winner, Tadej Pogacar from UAE team. So now Group 1's about to start the last segments of the day. The King of Mountains is starting right now with everyone. Everyone is standing on the saddle. They are pushing now. The speed is now increasing. Go, go, go. Oh, that's increasing his speed now. Said Savarzada and Mr. X100. Mr. X100 is attacking on this climb. He will try to go. والله رائع 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 أحلاك ما أحلاك ما أحلاك. يلا يا شباب الإمارات، عليكم عليكم اليوم هذا الدور الكبير. برافو برافو يا مستر اكسندرت، الله عليك على هذا التحضير، على المفاجآت. مفاجأة كبيرة مستر اكسندرت الآن في المقدمة. يا ما أروعك. أتمنى من الله أنك تستمر على هذا الأداء المبهر اليوم. أداء مبهر كبير. عودة لمستر X100 بشكل ملفت للنظر في هذا اليوم. الآن نحن رايحين في هذا الصعود. الله يوفقكم، الله يوفقكم في هذا الأداء الكبير. أداء مذهل بصراحة. أتمنى أن تستمر حتى النهاية. أنا عارف أن مجهود كبير، لكن النبض لحد الآن 145 إلى 146 نبضة في الدقيقة، مع لفة الرجل 73 على هذا المرتفع. والله ما أروعك. أتمنى إن شاء الله قدها، إن شاء الله قدها. مستر X100 أنت الأفضل الآن، أنت الآن القائد، أنت الآن القائد. So now Mr. X100, and now he just start this and he is the best time with him until this moment in this 10K. The King of Mountains title here with 4 riders. Mr. X100 leading this race until this moment in front, and big attack is going there in front from Pablo Popovic and Ollie Jones. He's moving. Pablo Popovic and Ollie Jones. Mr. X100 is still there by 5.9, and Mr. X100 with him right now. Said Savarzada 5.9 with them. Said Savarzada is moving. Mr. X100 taking the lead by 6.2. 6.2 again. Bravo. Bravo. We are doing great job today. What a show. What a show today in this. What a show. Go, 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 go. Mr. X100. Bruce is coming again. Bruce is just coming now. Bruce Baird from Canada. He's moving. Ollie Jones is there with Philip Graves, and Mr. X100 is just doing this, and he will try until what limit he can reach. Let's go. That's Mitch Ferry. Mitch Ferry, this man from Australia. So go, Mitchell, go. So, you are in the second position right now. In the second position right now, side by side with Mr. X100. Mr. X100 and Mitch Ferry in this climb, and we are going. It's counting down 33 kilometers. So now it's counting down to be the last 10K to the finish line in this climb. So right now it's reaching more than 580 an account, reaching 600 meters above the sea level. It is the half of that elevation. Still we have the another half. It will be so high, so the slope is not easy for everyone. The speed is 41 kilometers an hour. Rakab Adib, he is coming again. What a performance today, Rakab. What a performance, Rakab Adib. And still Mr. X100 with his intensity, he is trying to be there. 6 riders are still in the group. There is no one going. No breakaway today. What a surprise. What a surprise today for everyone. So Group 1 now riding together. It's very, very high effort from everyone here. So now that Mr. X100 showing again. That is Mr. X100. In this section, Mr. X100, he will be there in the second position now. Second position until this moment. والله ما أحلاك. والله إنك رائع. والله صمودك كبير. أقسم بالله ما أحلى صمودك اليوم. يا الله يا الله يا الله. يلا يا مستر إكساندرت. والله رائع. والله أنت اليوم صمودك هذا اليوم غير طبيعي. برافو 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 برافو. من زمان ما شفت هالشيء. من زمان ما شفنا هذا الأمر. لاحظ الان ادائك ما شاء الله تبارك الرحمن. 5.9 كنت ال 6.2 ومستمر بعدك الان توصل ال 400 واط. ما اروعك. استمر استمر. بدأوا يتعبون ترى على فكره. بدأوا يتعبون. كلهم منزلين تحت. كلهم منزلين تحت ال 380 ال 360 تراهم. انت ماشي ممتاز يا مستر اكس 100. فرحنا فرحنا اليوم. فرحنا اليوم. خذ نفس خذ نفس خذ نفس خذ نفس خذ نفس. الله عليك. ها يوك 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 يوك. فينك يتحرك. فينك يتحرك. فينك يتحرك. واولي جونز الان بدا يضغط يوصل ال 7.1. خل بالك من فينك يتحرك الان بقوه. وكنتسن معاه الان. فينك وكنتسن الان بدات الوضعيه تختلف. مستر اكس 100 ارجوك اصمد وياهم. اصمد وياهم. خذ التنفس. سوي اللي تقدر عليه الان. لان الان كاونت داون خلاص ما ظل شيء ونحن ماشيين الان بوضعيه ممتازه. خلصنا الان تقريبا 4 كيلومترات ممتازه او 3 كيلو. خلصت بهذا الصعود بصعوبه على الجميع. على فكره هم صامدين بالموت. يلا يا بطل الان. هذا مستر اكس 100 ركاض بعد صامد ركاض. وانت الان في وضع ممتاز يا مستر اكس 100. ما اروعك ما احلاك. الله يا شباب الامارات. الله يا مستر اكس 100. فرحنا اليوم. شوف الاداء ما اروعك. الان بديت تفرق عنهم على فكره. الان اخذت الصداره الان في هذه اللحظات. تتقدم عليهم الجميع. ولكن الصمود حتى الاخير. Mr. X100 he taking the lead again in this climb. He will try his best to be there. Look at him, his teammate now Pablo Popovich side by side with him. So now he need that effort now. Saeed Safarzada with Mr. X100, but still Mr. X100 leading. So Mr. X100 in this moment is still leading the race with very high intensity. Now Mr. X100 he is moving 4 kilometers done. 4 kilometers done. Let's go. That Kennetson he will attack. As big attack from Kennetson. Oh, Kennetson 479 with the Kennetson. This man from Denmark is coming now from behind, but Rakad the Thief always there. Rakad the Thief, Pablo Popovich and Mr. X100. Here we go. Mr. X100 taking now again the lead. So he just saying one word. I'm there all the time. So no one will go and leave. Mr. X100 here indeed. So now here in this section, now Rakadadi with Philip Graves, we are going and moving with Pablo Popovich, his teammates. He will try to be there with them. Saeed Safarzadeh is now fighting here. So now Mr. X100, Pablo Popovich, Rakadadi, Bruce Baird 5.8. Still there, Pablo Popovich with Saeed Safarzadeh. Kenneth Sini just come back now with 2.8 and is still leading by Mr. X100 in this climb, the last climb of the day. So it is about the first part of that 10K, the endurance one. So the king of mountain, look at the elevation, reaching now 7 meters above the sea level. So now Rakad Adib is taking the lead with Mr. X100. So Venki will try again. He will try with Kennetson. Be careful about Kennetson. The speed is rising with Kennetson. He will try now 8.5. This man is fighting now to go. Rakad Adib in his wheel. Rakad Adib, the two riders now is going Vink and Kennetson. Vink and Kennetson are taking the lead in front. That Rakad DB will try and out. Indeed, it's Philip Graves. That Philip Graves here What a show! What a show, guys! What a show, guys, tonight! Go, go, Mr. X100! Don't leave them, don't leave them. He's in the tail now, but he's coming with very high and huge intensity now. It's 441, so it's Kennetson's there with Saeed Savarzada. So now that's Bruce Baird and Philip Graves with Ollie Jones is still by 5.6, but still this part of the race leading by the best time, Mr. X100. Still Mr. X100 there with the best time, but Vink, he's moving to the last part. The last part. Now the last 5K, the last 5K. Now the second part, the King of Mountain Challenge. It is for Kennetson. Kennetson now is going on Vink. فين كان كلمة مستر اكس 100 he will try. يلا يا مستر اكس 100 لا تضيعها، لا تضيعها ارجوك ارجوك لا تضيعها الان، لا تخسر الان. هو يمشي في ال 500 واط على فكرة. فينك طلع في البارت الثاني بال 500، بدا يتقدم. لحد الان مكانك موجود، لحد الان منافستك موجوده، لحد الان الزمن اللي اخذته في البارت الاول لصالحك. لا تضيع الان في البارت الثاني. يلا يا مستر اكس 100، يلا يا مستر اكس 100، يلا يلا يلا، خذ نفس خذ نفس، اضغط اضغط اضغط، روح روح روح. بديت تعادل. برافو 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 برافو. ركاض الذيب attacking now again. ركاض الذيب from United Arab Emirates, and on the other side I can see now the screen window on the left, a screen window on the right, that both riders from United Arab Emirates, they are fighting for the title. So Rakad al-Deeb now, after that effort, he will be there. And still now in the second position, Mr. X100. He will be now in the first position, but he need that effort now. That last 4 kilometers will be so hard, but still there is chance. Always there is hope. Always there is hope to win. Go, go, go. What aggressive performance, Mr. X100. What aggressive. Go, go, go. It is for you. You started. You just started. You just finish it. Go now. That's Mr. X100 now. He is coming and in very high intensity. 6.2 and 6.8 with Vink. Still Vink now fighting with Mr. X100. The both riders now, they are fighting for the first position with Rakab al-Deeb. Rakab al-Deeb here trying now, but he's in the third. Vink, he will try to go. This man and Kennetson is coming with him. So 2 riders fighting now indeed. Mr. X100 and Vink, and Kennetson joining them. It is counting down at 38.6, and it is 400 meters. Mr. X100 is still there is time. Still there is some time to win. There is some time to win, Mr. X100. So he's moving now. He is moving to 4.1, and who's going to be more than that? It's Vink. He will try that. Vink, where are you? That Kennetson is coming. Yeah, Vink is here. Vink is it's incredible. He's now reaching 520. What a performance. What a performance from this guy from Denmark and from Australia. He's just trying, but now that New Zealand rider, Michael Vink, he's just trying to take the lead. So now Vink again, he's taking the lead in this part. And still Mr. X100, he will not regret. So he will move and he will push and he will let all what you get. All what you get. Go, 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 Mr. X100. It's 425. In other hands, we have 480. And Vinky will try with 480, reaching 5.8, but you are still keeping your average. Rakad al-Deeb, he's in his try now. Oh, he just smashed his time. He's smashing Vink. He's smashing Vink now. Rakad al-Deeb. ركاض الذيب. والله يا ركاض شو سويت يا ركاض؟ تخيل جاك اتحرك. هذا فينك جاي لك. والله ما بيخلونكم. ركاض خل بالك فينك طلع نار. خلي بالك لا تخليه يلصق وراك. حاول انك انت تضغط اكثر، فبالتالي بيكون هو قدامك. ما عليك، هو بيحاول. برافو ركاض. الان راح تنتقل بينكم بين فينك، والثالث راح يكون مستر X100. هذا فينك تحرك. كنتسن دخل وياكم في الخط على فكرة. كينيتسن دخل في الخط الآن. كينيتسن وسعيد صفر زاده بعد يحاول لكنه الرابع حاليا. يلا يا شباب يلا يا شباب يلا يا شباب. هذا كينيتسن يحاول، والآن القوة موجودة معاك يا بطل الإمارات. يلا يا مستر إكس 100 بعدك قادر عليه ركاض الذيب. أنت اللي تقدر الآن، لأن المتبقي فقط 2 كيلو عن هذا التحدي. ركاض الذيب خل بالك، فينك بدأ ياخذ مكانه، وسعيد صفر زاده ينتقل إلى المركز الثالث الآن. خل بالك سعيد صفر زاده ينتقل إلى المركز الثالث right now. سعيد صفر زاده from Iran, he just moving to the third position in this race. In the end, ركاض الذيب, he will not let you go. Look at that desert warrior from United Arab Emirates, ركاض الذيب. He just now, he just smashed everyone. He just smashed the time. He's smashing the time. That's Saeed Safarzada now behind him by 3 seconds. A 3 seconds gap. It's 1,500 meters to the checkpoints. So the king of mountains now approximately it's 1,400 meters. So now Rakab al-Dhib and Mixer X100, he just retained back himself to be in the third position with the top 3. So now that Saeed Safarzada, he knows that very well. He will try, and he is pushing now, moving to the 500, the next level. It is next level, Saeed Safarzada. What? The Olympic Games rider now from the Iran national team. He will try now to catch his wheel with Vink. And that Vink is coming a bit 5.5, is 7.7. Rakad al-Dib 10.10. What a performance ركاض. الله عليك يا ركاض. صراحة خيالي أداء خيالي يا ركاض الذيب. عودة رائع. شكلك راح تفوز بالسباق على فكرة. راح تفوز بالسباق إذا قدرت الآن. خلاص 800 متر الزمن خدته، خلاص خدت الزمن الآن. خدت الزمن 42 كيلو خلاص، معناته 800 متر. ركاض لا تنزل الحين، خلاص لا تنزل. روح. هاي 800 متر كل اللي عندك. ايوه برافو، لا تنزل تحت ال 400. الله ما روعك. الله 600 وصلت 600. خليك ضاغط، لان الان في اثنين جايينك الان، فينك وسعيد صفر زاده. يا هيحاول الحين. فينك ترى على فكره قفز الى المركز الثاني. سعيد صفر زاده يحاول الى المركز الثالث، ولا زال مستر اكس 100 ترى في المركز الرابع يقاوم. اتمنى انه يقدر يستمر. الان انت كمل المسيره الان، خلاص 400 متر. فينك ذابح نفسه في الخلف الان، كل اللي عنده عاطي كل اللي عنده. هو سعيد صفر زاده هذه كل ما عنده من قوه الان، يحاول يوصل. انتم كلكم الان ماشيين فوق. الله شو هذا البوش هذا. 700 واط سبرنت الاخير. 300 متر. يلا كل اللي عندك سبرنت، خلاص سبرنت. لا تيلس كل اللي عندك. ركاض الذيب right now 200 meters left to the finish line or the checkpoints line. The king of mountains today is from United Arab Emirates. Rakab al-Dhib, the man with 5 titles. He just crossing the checkpoints line with his tie, the Polk jersey, approximately, definitely with this man, Rakab al-Dhib from United Arab Emirates. الله عليكم، ما أحلاكم يا شباب الإمارات، ما أروعكم. برافو يا ركاض. ولكن الزمن، ننتظر الزمن، لأنهم هم مشوا ترى في البارت الأولي أكثر منك على فكرة. أتمنى أنك أنت الأول. الله، فينك الثاني. سعيد صفر زاد الثالث. Now we can see now Vink in the second position, Saeed Safar Zad in the fourth, now Bruce fourth, Philip Graves fifth, Kennetson sixth, Pablo 7, Mr. X100 crossing the line, and we'll see where is his position. معلش يا مستر X100 in the 8th position. مستر X100 سويت اللي عليك واكثر. خلاص كيلوين 900 متر ينتهي السباق بشرف وبقوة وبأداء اليوم مبهر. وأيضا الإماراتي ركاض الذيب راح يفوز. فتح الجاب الآن 8 second gap for ركاض الذيب, the king of mountains title winner from UAE. ركاض الذيب he is going. ليش وقفت يا ركاض؟ روح يا ركاض. Oh my goodness, what's happening here? What is going on? He's just moving. He just went at the last 250 meters. So Rakad, he just lost everything. He just stopped. He does have a net connection or something. I don't know. He just disappeared. He just disappeared from the screen. So Saeed Safarzada now he's going to win this race side by side with Knudsen and Vink. I mean, so Michael Vink and Saeed Safarzada. Mr. X keep going. Keep going. That Saeed Safarzada is moving. He is moving now and will be side by side. That sprint, what a performance, Ricardo Deep. I don't know what's happened exactly. Maybe it's net connection problem. And I think there's some issues there. I have no idea, but he's just at top and he just disappeared from the screen. So now, Saeed Safarzada's there. The Olympic riders with Michael Vink. Michael Vink, this man from New Zealand, he will be there and big sprint. He's better than Saeed Savar in sprint. Mr. Alexander, he's just coming from behind. And now he's just joining Philip Graves and Michael Knudsen with Bruce. يلا قدامك 2 كيلو ترى بدأوا يتعبون مر عليهم. روح يا بطل روح روح يا بطل. تلعب الآن على المركز الأول ما عليك. العب على مركز السباق. العب على مركز السباق. أقل من 2 كيلو للنهاية. اطلع اطلع. الله 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 الله. برافو برافو. استشعروا الخطر وبدأوا يضغطون. عرفوك يعينهم. برافو برافو. Look at this now. Is Mr. X100. He's fighting for the 3rd position. It's not that far. It's less now. We are going to the last 1400 meters to the finish line. Saeed Safarzada now with big challenge with Vink. Michael Vink from New Zealand. Saeed Safarzada from Iran. The 2 riders in front. And now there's pulling someone here. The chasing group behind is Mr. X100. So now Mr. 100, the chasing group is coming. The last 1,300 meters to the finish line. Look at the elevation. It's 1,200 meters above the sea level. Everyone pushing and pulling. So now they are front of you. It is less than 6 seconds. Mr. X100 تقدر تسويها. والله تقدر تسويها. قدامك خلاص صاروا قدامك الآن. تقدر تشوفهم مر عليهم. روح يا نجم. روح يا ابن الإمارات. الله رايح يا الأخضر. رايح روح يا زعيم. يلا يا زعيم قدامك الآن آخر كيلو. آخر 900 متر. لا تضيعهم. روح Allah على هذا القتال. So now his big fight is going to be here in the last 800 meters. Mr. X100 in the 3rd position and leading the chasing group behind the 2 riders in front. Who's going to take it now? His big challenge is going to be between the Saeed Safarzada and Vink. But there is someone now with the chasing group and pulling by Mr. X100. Mr. X100 from United Arab Emirates. He will be now with there's someone now. He's exhausting here. Bruce Bears is exhausting. So who's going to take it now? Saeed Safarzada is still there and sprinting and opening sprint and last 5. It's long distance to the finish line. So Saeed Safarzada, I don't know his it's right decision or not. He's just taking the right decision. So he decided to go. Saeed Safarzada, what about his decision? The final decision now to go. But I know that the longest sprint with Vink. He will be coming back. That's why it was not properly decision for Saeed Safarzada. It's not right decision. So Vink, he knows that was very long sprint. He just coming to win this. Crossing the line, the finish line in front of you. Now Michael Vink from New Zealand, the winner today, the Whoosh race. Congratulations on the yellow jersey. What a race today and what a performance from everyone. You just make this more interesting. And everyone is there. Danish Pavlova team, Knudsen in the 2nd position and Saeed Safarzada in the 3rd position. Bruce 4th, Philip Grace 5, Pablo Popovic from UAE Clan Team 1-6. Mr. X100, he just crossed the line with a 7th position with very high performance and 2 titles today and big fight. Here Ollie Jones, the former winner with us. This man, He won with us more than 12 titles. So I hope he can back with his high intensity and very high level. So he just came back. This man from New Zealand, Ollie Jones, he was in the World Championship, the Air Virtual, all the times there. This man from New Zealand, Ollie Jones, he will be there in the eighth position right now. What a race tonight. It was great and so brave of Mr. X100. Congratulations, Michael Vink, the winner today with the yellow jersey in the end of this. And congratulations, the top result today, the king of mountains. It was for Ricardo Deep. Unfortunately, he just stopped in the K42.7 with some issues. Maybe it was net connection problem. I have no idea, but he just won 5 titles today. Congratulations, everyone. It was great race today. The Friday Race Club with Whoosh. All the time, stay with Whoosh, race with Whoosh, and train with Whoosh. The 10,000 UAE dirhams for the winner today from New Zealand, Michael Vink, the yellow jersey. Danish Pavlova team today, they are the winner with a top team result. 3,000 UAE dirhams for Danish Pavlova team. Thank you very much, everyone. Indeed, it was great race. That Mitch Ferry now about to finish this. That Mitch Ferry will be in the top 10 right now in the 9th position. Let me see the top 10 now. Number 10, the position number 10 is going to be William Posh Miller. He just finished this. Thank you, everyone. Indeed, it was great race tonight, and everyone. And there in Colombia, we can say good morning, and there in Australia, we can say good night. It's late night now in New Zealand and Australia. And here in the United Arab Emirates, can say good evening and thank you, everyone. Thank you, gentlemen. It was so grateful to see that efforts and all that distance by be covered today with very high intensity indeed by 1 hour and 7 minutes. 0.2923. It was great today. Thank you and see you next week on Friday. And stay with us. Train with Whoosh and win with Whoosh. Thank you very much indeed and goodbye.